Keeping a close eye on the Caledonia levee in Sauk and Columbia counties. That's what authorities and residents alike have been doing for the past few days. Good evening. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Susan Simon. After a tense weekend of watching, authorities say the levee continues to weaken. The area's emergency management officials are monitoring around Levee Road on the eastern edge of Sauk County and Black Hawk Road in Columbia County, just south of Portage.
The Caledonia levee runs parallel to the south side of the Wisconsin River.
News 3's Angela Bettis spent the day in the flooded areas near the levee, assessing the levee's condition with the DNR. Angela?
Well, Susan and Eric, we're actually standing on the Portage levee right now. This levee is only about 10 years old. It was designed by the Army Corps of Engineers. It is made out of concrete and steel. It is reinforced. It is drastically different than the Caledonia levee. That is a levee that sits not far from here and the one that is in danger of failing. The Wisconsin River has swallowed up 15 feet of Chuck Vesley's Portage property. Now it's eating its way through the saturated Caledonia levee.
This was built by a bunch of farmers 120 years ago. It shouldn't even be called a levee. It's a dike made of sand, and the dynamics of what would happen with if it failed, we don't know.
So the DNR is scouting for boils, small holes where the river is tunneling and bubbling through.
Try to equalize the pressure. Otherwise, you could have a collapse.
It's working better.
But if it does go, one DNR official says the harm would be minimal because the water could spread out mostly over farmland and marsh.
And there will be houses that will get their basements flooded, but it's not going to be a rush of water across the landscape. This whole area we're talking about is a floodplain. It was always a floodplain. It always will be a floodplain.
Now, the question I asked the DNR is, if in fact there is a breach in the Caledonia levee, will they rebuild it? It is something they say they strongly recommend against, but if in fact it happens, they will work with township officials here and state officials to come up with a new flood plan. That plan might include something like buying out some of the properties that are in that floodplain. Again, too early to tell. DNR keeping a very close eye on it tonight, keeping an eye on those sandbags, and we'll have to see what happens.
Angela Bettis reporting live on the Portage levee tonight. Angela, thank you.